Welcome to Tell Me More Stories Told Us podcast. Get ready, because today we're embarking on quite an adventure, scaling, metaphorically speaking, a modern marvel, the incredible Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
It really is something else, more than just a skyscraper. It's like a giant symbol on the skyline.
Absolutely. And, before it got its famous name, it was actually known as the Burj Dubai.
Right, the original name.
But the idea behind it, well, it was huge from the start. Not just about being the tallest, though that was part of it, for sure.
It was very much tied to Dubai's economic strategy, shifting towards tourism services, putting Dubai firmly on the global map.
Exactly. Gaining that international recognition, attracting investment. It was a bold move, using architecture like that.
A physical landmark to represent sort of a new era for the city.
And the timeline was pretty quick, wasn't it? Construction kicked off January 2004.
Yeah, and the exterior, the main shell, was done by October 2009.
Just about 5 years. That's remarkably fast for something this magnitude.
It really is. And then the grand opening, that was January 2010, must have been quite the event.
I bet. Now, the height. We have to talk about the height. It's almost hard to wrap your head around. 829.8 meters.
Which is, what, 2,722 feet? Just staggering.
It's over half a mile high. Just try picturing that.
And even if you discount the spire, which is huge itself, 244 meters.
Right. Even without that, the main building is 585 meters. That alone would be a super tall skyscraper anywhere else in the world.
It completely redefined the scale, didn't it? Pushed every boundary.
And the name change, that's interesting too, from Burj Dubai to Burj Khalifa.
Yes, that happened right at the inauguration ceremony.
It was a gesture, wasn't it? A way to honor Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the former UAE president.
It was, yeah, a recognition of his support, especially the financial backing he provided to Dubai during the difficult times of the Great Recession.
Shows how these massive projects are often linked to wider economic currents and, well, relationships.
Definitely. They become symbols of more than just architecture. Resilience, partnership.
So let's look at the design itself. It's not just a tall box. There's real artistry there, drawing from Islamic tradition.
Absolutely. That Y-shaped floor plan you see at the base, it's inspired by regional desert flowers, but it's also structurally brilliant.
How so?
Well, that shape maximizes views and light, but it also provides inherent stability. It helps brace the tower core against wind forces.
Right.
Yeah.
And as it goes up, it steps back in that spiral pattern.
Yes, the setbacks. That's a nod to traditional Islamic architecture, reminiscent of spiral minarets like the one at the Great Mosque of Samarra.
So it's a blend of history and, well, super modern engineering.
Precisely. It connects the building to its cultural context while using cutting-edge techniques.
Okay, now for a really cool bit of trivia. A fun fact, if you will.
Oh.
Some of the steel reinforcement used inside the Burj Khalifa. Get this. It originally came from the Palace of the Republic in East Berlin.
Go away, the old East German Parliament building.
That's the one. Talk about materials with a history. From Cold War Berlin to the Dubai skyline.
That is fascinating. It adds another layer entirely, doesn't it? Sort of a hidden connection between vastly different places and times.
Makes you think. Now, the Burj isn't just tall, it's packed with life. It's a mixed-use building.
Very much so. You've got luxury residences, the Armani Hotel, corporate offices.
Restaurants, including the highest one in the world, right? At Dinosphere.
That's it. On the 122nd floor. Imagine having dinner up there. The views must be just unreal.
It's like a vertical city, really. A whole community stacked high above the ground.
A self-contained ecosystem, almost.
And the records.
Yeah.
It didn't just break the record for height, it smashed loads of them.
Tallest structure, obviously. Tallest freestanding structure. Most floors, 163 of them.
Highest occupied floor, highest outdoor observation deck. What else?
Highest elevator installation. And the elevators have the longest travel distance, too, over 500 meters.
Wow. And didn't they set a record during construction as well? Something about concrete?
They did. Highest vertical concrete pumping, pushing concrete higher than ever before. It was a constant stream of record breaking.
Each record really represents a leap in technology, doesn't it? A solution to a problem no one had faced quite like that before.
Exactly. It pushed the engineering world forward.
The sheer amount of materials involved is staggering, too, like 330,000 cubic meters of concrete.
And 55,000 tons of steel rebar. Just imagine the logistics of getting all that material to the site and then up.
And the manpower. 22 million man-hours. That's an incredible collective effort.
It truly is. Coordinating that many people, that much material on such a complex project, It required exceptional planning.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were some major challenges.
Oh, absolutely. Building that high, especially in Dubai's climate and geology, presented unique hurdles.
Like the ground underneath. It wasn't exactly solid rock, was it?
No, the bedrock was relatively weak and deep down. They had to use incredibly long friction piles for the foundation, massive concrete piles going deep into the ground.
And the heat? Dubai gets incredibly hot. How did that affect pouring all that concrete?
That was a huge issue. Concrete generates heat as it cures, and in that ambient temperature, it could set too fast, potentially weakening it or causing cracks.
So what did they do?
They primarily poured the concrete at night when it was cooler, and they actually added ice to the concrete mix to keep the temperature down during pouring.
Ice in the concrete. That's ingenious.
Needs must.
Hmm.
And then there's the wind, of course. A building that tall catches a lot of wind.
How did they design for that?
Well, the Y shape helps, as we mentioned. It confuses the wind, prevents strong vortices from forming, and the cladding system, those thousands of glass panels.
Over 26,000 of them, right? Highly reflective.
Yes, and they were rigorously tested to withstand strong wind pressure, extreme temperatures, and even moisture. It's a high-performance facade.
It's just incredible the amount of thought that goes into every detail. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the Burj Khalifa, by the way, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more stories like this on Tell Me More.
Good point. Now, thinking about those glass panels, keeping them clean must be a job in itself.
Oh, tell me about it. They have this complex system, right, with tracks running along the building.
Yes. 3 horizontal tracks at different levels with specialized cradle systems like automated window washing machines, essentially. But even those can't reach everywhere.
So how do they clean the very top, the spire?
That requires traditional rope access techniques, highly skilled technicians of sealing down.
Wow. And apparently it takes a team of 36 workers about 3 to 4 months to clean all the windows.
All 24,348 of them. It's a continuous cycle, pretty much. By the time they finish, it's nearly time to start again.
That's dedication to a clear view. But the innovation extends beyond the tower itself, down to the ground level.
You mean the area around the base?
Yeah, the Dubai Fountain, for instance, world's largest choreographed fountain system. It's spectacular.
It really is. And the park surrounding it, that 11-hectare park.
Inspired by a local flower, the Hymenocles.
That's the one. And there's a clever sustainability angle there, too.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
The park's irrigation system. It uses water collected from the building's own air conditioning system.
Really? Condensate recovery.
Exactly. The AC systems in a building that size produce a huge amount of condensation, especially in a hot, humid climate. They capture it, cool it, and use it to water the park. Quite ingenious.
That's fantastic, finding ways to reuse resources on that scale.
It shows a consideration for the environment, even within such a monumental project.
Now, the tower hasn't just been a static landmark.
Mm-hmm.
It's also been a stage for some pretty daring feats.
You're talking about the base jumps and climbs.
Exactly. Record-breaking base jumps from near the top.
Yeah.
And Ellen Robert, the French Spider-Man, he actually climbed the entire exterior.
Which took him over 6 hours, I believe. It's incredible. The building itself seems to attract that kind of boundary-pushing ambition.
It's a symbol, isn't it? The ultimate challenge for some.
Absolutely. And it's also become a focal point for massive celebrations.
New Year's Eve. The fireworks and light shows are famous worldwide.
They've even set Guinness World Records for the scale of the displays. It really becomes the centerpiece for global celebration at that moment.
A global icon in every sense. Here is another fascinating little detail, purely because of the height.
Go on.
During Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of fasting, if you're on the upper floors, sunset happens slightly later than it does at ground level.
Because you can see the sun for longer from that altitude, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
technically, people on the higher floors have to fast for a few minutes longer each day.
That's a remarkable specific consequence of living or working in such an extremely tall building. It shows how architecture can intersect with daily life in unexpected ways.
A unique situation created purely by pushing height to the limit. And speaking of views, the observation decks. At the top and at the top as skywise.
Offering just unbelievable panoramic perspectives.
Apparently, on a really clear day, when the tide is low, you can actually see the coast of Iran.
Which is about, what, 150 kilometers away?
153 kilometers, yeah. Just imagine seeing that far. You can almost perceive the curve of the earth from up there.
It gives you a sense of scale that's hard to grasp otherwise.
So when you step back and look at the Burj Khalifa, it really is a testament to human ambition, isn't it? To engineering skill.
It absolutely is. It wasn't just about building tall. It was, like we said, a statement, a symbol of a city's, even a region's aspirations.
From the design echoing local traditions to the completely groundbreaking construction methods.
And just the sheer audacity of reaching that height. It's so much more than steel and glass.
It really embodies that drive to innovate, to push boundaries.
It encapsulates Dubai's transformation in many ways. And it stands as a reminder, really, of what can be achieved with vision and determination.
The stories held within it, the economic shifts that prompted it, the challenges of building it, the people living and working there, the daredevils.
It all offers a unique window onto our modern world, doesn't it?
It makes you think, what does it really mean to build something like that?
Yeah.
What are the ongoing challenges, the triumphs, big and small, of maintaining such a structure?
These are the kinds of questions that exploring the Burj Khalifa brings up. It's more than just its physical presence.
Definitely. It challenges us to consider the scale of human ingenuity and that relentless push towards, well, reaching new heights.
We hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, maybe given you a fresh perspective on this iconic landmark.
And perhaps it inspires you, next time you see a tall building or any impressive structure, to wonder about the stories hidden within it, the challenges overcome, the vision that brought it into being.